So, good day everyone. I am Norminda D. Talib. So, for today I will discuss the forest of the world. Forest classification. Forest can be described using two main approaches, structural, physical, or floristic, plant species based. So, ibig sabihin ang mga kagubatan ay pwedeng i-describe gamit ang dalawang paraan tulad ng structural o base sa itsura o physical na anyo at floristic o base sa mga uri ng halaman. So next, the no universal system. So there are many ways to classify forests with no single method universal accepted. This shows how complex and varied forests are. So, maraming paraan para i-classify ang forest pero wala pang isang sistema ng universally accepted. Pinapakita nito kung gaano ka-komplikado at diverse ang mga kagubatan. So, the next is unique to location. Each geographical area has its own history, species, and plant distribution, making classification challenging. So, bawat lugar sa mundo ay may sariling kasaysayan, mga halaman at plant distribution, kaya naging challenging ang mga pag-classify ng forest. So, the next one is broad categories exist. Despite the complexities, general patterns can be identified with broad categories of forest helping group vegetation types. So, ibig sabihin, kahit mahirap i-classify, may general pattern o malalaking kategorya ng forest na makakatulong sa pag-group ng mga uri ng vegetation. So, the next is communities within regions. So, even within a broad forest type plant, communities can differ due to local variation. So, sa loob ng isang broad forest type ay may iba't ibang plant communities pa rin na nagbabago depende sa local na kondisyon o lugar. So, sa chapter focus naman is tinatalakay sa chapter na ito ang mga general patterns ng forest sa buong mundo at ang mga classification schemes na pinaka-recognize at useful. So now let's proceed to the vegetation classification. Vegetation can be classified based on physical appearance or structural, plant species, or floristic or geographic and climatic factors. Modern maps combine these methods to reflect both vegetation and environmental condition. So, constant evolution, vegetation classification is involved to include the entire ecosystem, not just plant. Geographical climate classification, global vegetation can be grouped into four main kingdoms based on climate and plant types. So, the number one is boreal or north temperate and polar region. Number two is paleotropical, tropics in the old world. Number three, neotropical or tropics in the Americas. And the last one is southern oceanic and subantarctic or south temperate zone. So here's the subdivision. Each kingdom can be divided into regions or subkingdoms based on plant differences. So example is North America, number one, Arctic or tundra zone, number two, boreal conifer forest, number three, western temperate or conifer forest, number four, eastern temperate pine hardwood forest, number five, central prairie belt forest, number six, subtropical forest, or number seven is tropical forest. Further breakdown, regions can be further divided into provinces, sectors, and even small units. However, the more subdivisions there are, the less agreement exists among plant geographers. So, floristic provinces is the provinces reflect major plant species distribution over large areas are very useful for understanding global vegetation patterns. So, ibig sabihin, ang vegetation ay ini-classify base sa physical at plant-based factors na natin sa global kingdoms at mas detalyadong regions. Pero kung masyadong atin, nagiging mahirap magkasundo ang mga eksperto. So, the next is a portion of physiognomic structural classification of forests and related woody plant ecosystems of types of forest. The text highlights the classification of forests into three main categories: the closed forest, open woodland, and dry woodlands. So, subcategories. Each category is further divided into subcategories based on the predominant types of vegetation such as evergreen, deciduous, or a combination of both. Environmental factors. The classification is closely tied to environmental factors, particularly temperature and precipitation. Geographic variation. While certain forest types are not exclusive to a specific region. They are further subdivided based on regional variations in temperature and moisture. So the reference is the author cite Webb 1959 to 1968 as a source for a useful classification on system. So, sa madaling salita, tinitingnan ng bahaging ito ng libro na kung paano natin mauuri ang mga kagubatan batay sa itsura at istruktura nila at kung paano nakakaapekto ang klima at lokasyon sa pagkakaiba-iba ng mga kagubatan. So, the next is physiognomic structure. So, ang ibig sabihin nito is tinitingnan dito ang itsura ng mga halaman at kung paano sila nakalagay. Halimbawa, kung puro evergreen o deciduous ang mga puno, mabilis ito para sa pangkalahatang pagtingin pero hindi ganoon kaepektibo sa mga kagubatan na may sobrang dami ng halaman tulad ng mga kagubatan sa tropiko. So, floristic is mas detalyado ito dahil tinitingnan ang mga uri ng halaman sa isang lugar at kung paano sila magkakaugnay. Pero mas matagal at kailangan ng malalim na kaalaman sa mga halaman. So, may nabanggit din na sistema gaya ng brown blanket system. So, isa itong paraan ng floristic classification na nag-uuri ng mga halaman sa iba't ibang grupo. And mahalaga din ang ground cover dahil tinitingnan din ang mga halaman na tumatakip sa lupa lalo na sa Hilagang Europe. So, the next is classifying forest, a focus on the tropics. So, importance of classification. The text emphasizes the need for a logical system to classify forests worldwide, aiding in understanding their distribution and characteristics. Major division: tropics versus temperate zone. Forests are broadly divided into two main categories: those in the tropics, frost-free, and those in the temperate zone experiencing frost. Tropical forest complexity. Tropical forest pose unique challenges for classification due to their high diversity with numerous species and complex vegetation formations. Beyond floristic classification, the text argues that relying solely on species composition for classifying tropical forest is insufficient. It advocates for a more ecological approach, considering factors like structure, site condition, and overall vegetation. Influence of climate. The expert highlights how factors like proximity to the tropics, windward locations, and maritime influences can create a frost-free environment even in areas not typically associated with tropical climate. So, in overall is kailangan natin mag-isip ng mas malalim na paraan para ma-classify ang mga kagubatan, lalo na ang mga nasa tropiko dahil sobrang komplikado nila. And that's all. Thank you.